Hello, welcome to Today in History. My name is Sotonye Afiesimama. It's the 8th of September, as you can see from your screen, possibly from your calendar or from your watch. Let's get cracking. Let's roll back the blind. 1157 is the year, and his name is King Richard I, King of England, born on this day, the 8th of September, in Oxford, England, and the year again was 1157. He died on the 6th of April 1199 at the tender age of 41, I might add, in France, Aquitaine, France. That's where King Richard I died. Let's move on to the year 1429. Paris was attacked by Joan of Arc. I do have a video about her as well, so go check it out. I may put a link right here on this video, but if you don't see the link, just do a search in my videos and you'd find the video. But yeah, fingers crossed, I'll put a link here. So that's a depiction of what happened on this day. Paris was attacked by the brave young lady Joan of Arc. And here's a video that I did about how was her execution, I think it was to do with execution, and how that coincided with the self-immolation of this young man who was upset by what was going on with the Biafrans, so the Igbos in Nigeria. And this happened, I think, in 1969. The Biafran Civil War was raging at the time, and millions of people had died. Most of them were Igbos in southern Nigeria. So yeah, it happened around the same time. So let's carry on with this particular topic. She was a French heroine, a peasant girl who believed she was acting under divine guidance. She attempted to oust the Duke of Burgundy and take Paris for newly crowned King Charles VII. So she attacked Paris on this day in 1429. The rest, as you know, is history, as they say. She was eventually tried and burnt at the stake. So like I said, check out my other video to find out what happened to her in detail and other things as well that happened on the day that she was executed. 1504, Michelangelo, this fantastic artist, came up with this bust called David. It was unveiled today, 1504, in the Piazza della Signoria in Florence. It's considered a masterpiece. The sculpture is one of the defining works of the Renaissance. So the Renaissance was a period of particular art style, which was mostly realistic paintings and sculpture, trying to show a resurgence, if you like, of classical ideals in art. Okay, so as opposed to Cubism or Pointillism or Impressionism, and so on and so forth. So this masterpiece by Michelangelo belonged to the Renaissance period. It's called David. So depicts David from the Bible just after he defeated Goliath, and that's his sling, which is slung over his shoulder. Okay, so the next notable event on this day happened in 1664 as part of the Anglo-Dutch Wars. This guy, the Duke of York, later James II, took the city of New Amsterdam, whose name was changed to, you guessed right, New York. So New York was once known as New Amsterdam, but this guy, James II, the Duke of York, changed the name of this place to New York, obviously, because he was the Duke of York. York, incidentally, is a city in the United Kingdom. So he was Duke of York, and obviously he decided, okay, this is not going to be New Amsterdam anymore, it's going to be New York. And that's the name that we've known the city now since this day in 1664. Let's move on to the year 1841. Antonín Dvořák was born on this day, classical musician. He was a Bohemian composer. Full name, Antonín Leopold Dvořák. From the He was a Czech composer, one of the first to achieve worldwide recognition. Following the Romantic era nationalist example of his predecessor, Bedřich Smetana, Dvořák frequently employed rhythms and other aspects of the folk music of Moravia and his native Bohemia. His compositions are quite nice, actually, quite good. I did listen to one of his compositions a couple of hours ago. So yeah, that's Dvořák, who was born on this day in the year 1841. Let's move on to the year 1925. Peter Sellers, British actor who portrayed an astonishing range of characters, but was perhaps best known as inept Inspector Jacques Clouseau in the Pink Panther films. So born on this day in 1925. I have seen the Pink Panther, so it's a fantastic comedy, quite interesting. So the clueless Inspector Clouseau, born on this day, obviously not the inspector, but the character he played. His real name. His name is Peter Sellers, who played Inspector Jacques Clouseau in the Pink Panther films. 1932. What happened on this day? Patsy Cline was born. Who's Patsy Cline? This beautiful lady pictured here. She is an American singer. She was an American singer. She was born Virginia Patterson Hensley on this day, September 8th, 1932. Sadly, she passed on the 5th of March, 1963, at the tender age of 31. She is considered one of the most influential vocalists of the 20th century and was one of the first country music artists to successfully cross over into pop music. So, Patsy Cline for you, born on this day, died March 5th. At the tender age of 30, actually. She would have been 31 in the year she died, or in the year she died. So let's move on to the year 1941. And this man, known by millions of Americans, politician Bernie Sanders, born on this day. He is a United States Senator. He has served as the junior United States Senator from Vermont since 2007 and as a U.S. representative for the state's at-large congressional district from 1991 to 2007. He also was a presidential hopeful, but I guess now he's decided not to run anymore. But that's Bernie Sanders for you, who was born on this day, 1941. 1954, what happened on this day? Ruby Bridges, American civil rights activist, was born in 1954. She is the first African-American child to desegregate the all-white William Frantz Elementary School in Louisiana during the New Orleans school desegregation crisis on the 14th of November 1960. That's interesting. She is the subject of a 1964 painting, The Problem We All Live With, by Norman Rockwell. Interesting. So, that's Ruby Bridges, born on this day, 1954. So, believe it or not, that's a painting by Norman Rockwell featuring this lady, Ruby Bridges, The Problem We All Live With. Fantastic painting. So lifelike, so realistic, absolutely beautiful painting. So I guess this painting commemorated the day that she became the first African-American child to desegregate the all-white William Frantz Elementary School in Louisiana. So that's quite interesting. So that's how Ruby Bridges depicted in this painting on this day in 1960, 14th of November 1960, but she was born in 1954 on this day. So, last but not least, to boldly go where no man has ever or has gone before, rather, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Right, I'm not going to add words to what's there on your screen. So this is the first episode of the sci-fi series Star Trek. It was aired on this day in 1966. On that note, we shall end today's edition of Today in History. Join me again tomorrow for those of you joining for the first time. Obviously, there'll be another video tomorrow to talk about stuff that happened on this day in history. My name again is Sotonye Afiesimama. Click the like button if you do like the video, of course. Also, share this video with your family and friends. Consider subscribing as well. You can do that by clicking the notification bell. So when you click the notification bell, YouTube would notify you whenever I upload and publish a video. Thanks again, guys, for dropping by. I shall see you tomorrow for another edition of Today in History. Stay safe. Bye-bye.